Yo guys, I'm back with this epic snake gameplay. This video is like my channel is kind of mess cause I don't really talk about anything that's relative to what I've ever talked. I made a video about I made a fucking little skit, first video I made, and then I made a video about the LGBTQ community. And now, then I made a video about Superman, and now I'm talking about politics. So, well, they don't really correlate that much. But anyways, this is not a very big video, long video. You'd probably say. I'm just here to say this. I truly don't understand the way that we kind of like the way that people in USA use politics. I also it's in many countries it actually happens, but I feel like why in USA it seems like it's more like oh yeah, it's not about what makes like what kind of laws would improve the living of people. It's more like the team you kind of support. It's like supporting a football team. I feel like there's fuck. I feel like it's like supporting a football team in the way that it doesn't like it's not about the rules. I think because if it were about the rules, you wouldn't have this system where you simply just have two sides. Well, you have the right and the left. That's the most known sides, and then just say, oh well, these goes in for these. If you it would make so much more sense for people to more likely vote on the kind of laws instead. Because let me ask you this: who should a person that believes oh some of these right laws are good, some of the things that the Republicans want is good, and some of the things the Democrat wants is good? That's the problem. The fact that you when you support somebody, when you support a uh, out political opinion, it feels like it feels like you're just required to vote for them. That's what I don't understand. I feel like it doesn't make sense how you should vote on something like, oh, he's Republican, I should probably vote for him, or he's Democrat, I should probably vote for him. I think that's truly weird to feel like I feel because that's how I feel many people are voting or are supporting laws. Oh well, this is that. I I think it should it it should have been politics is right now more used in USA, also many other countries, but in USA it's more used as a way to kind of talk about, as a way to kind of support one thing, but it truly just doesn't matter. Like, I, I feel like who should you vote for if you have split opinions of the laws? That's what I don't understand because if I'm voting in, I'm not from the from USA, but I vote for president, but the president can't uh, support laws I don't agree with and laws I agree with. Who am I going to vote for then? That's the problem. Who should you vote for when you support both of the cases? That's what I see is a problem. It seems like I feel like in many countries it's more about the team, like the political view, like the political side that you kind of support wins. It doesn't matter if what they says makes any sense. It's more how about who you support as. And I think that the problem with it is many people are stubborn and don't want to see off their side. I also don't understand the fact, this is something I've seen a lot in USA, uh, the fact that you kind of like, I've, this is mostly on social media, so this is not just but from what I've seen most on social media, it seems like many people don't want to be friends with people that have other political views, but that just seems so weird to me because honestly, like where I come from, people don't really give a shit about your political views because why should they? If you tell a joke, if let's say you're a Republican and a Democrat tells a joke, because he's Democrat, does that make the joke like does that make the joke not funny? And the same other way around, I just feel like it's kind of the whole like kindergarten girl versus boys, like oh, it just doesn't. It's like oh well, these people are bad. It also if you want to if let me ask you this, if you're viewing people's political opinion as one of the reasons why you want to be friends with them, like does that mean that if you have this great friend and he's like oh actually a Republican, are you, if you were a Democrat in this, would that mean that you would unfriend him because it's, but it doesn't change anything about him. It just changes what he writes on a ballot every fourth year, and then there's also senator votes, but it doesn't really change any factor of the matter. If you didn't see a problem with him before in his, then why do you see a problem when you hear his beliefs? I also don't understand what's the importance of other people's beliefs. There are other people's beliefs. Like, no party is like, let's bring back. No party is like, no political, no, none of those two political parties are wanting something that's, you could, that are really, really like bad. Like none of them want to massacre the other. None of them want dictatorship or something like that. That's what I don't understand about it. None of them want what I would say really, really like something you just can say where it's not about the opinion, but it's just a fact that it's wrong. Like if I killed a dude, it's not an opinion that it's wrong, that's a fact. But none of these are about killing dudes and people like that. That's why I don't understand the simple fact that people on social media, Americans on social media, seem to act like political beliefs is so important. I don't really care who you. I don't think you should care about what a person wants to uh, vote for every fourth when there's a new vote for something. I don't think that matters as a person. It takes 2 seconds, and you might say, "Well, it affects us all." Yeah, but are you saying that every time somebody believes something other, that something like, oh well, be- believe, are you saying that if I'm Christian and I'm like, and I meet a guy, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I am I am Buddhist. I I believe in Buddha." I would just be like, "Oh yeah, you have different beliefs from me. I don't like you anymore." Are you saying that's how it should be? No, because it's just such a oh, which team do you support? Yeah, I support insert team name. Oh, I support rival insert team name. Like, fuck you. I'm never going to be a friend ever again. Like, how does that make sense? And you might say this affects you more. Yes, it does. But are you saying that your opinion or your belief is the only right belief? Because that just seems kind of weird to me if you would say, oh, well, it affects us all, but my opinion is so wide, so like correct that if a person has another opinion than me that thinks that this would actually help, they're bad or something like that. I've seen it on both sides. I've seen some Democrats calling Republicans racist, and I've seen some Republicans saying talking about how stupid Democrats is, and I don't think any of them should really matter. Like, why does it matter if you vote on a different and guy than you? Does that mean that every person has to think exactly like you? Oh yeah, I don't like avocado toast. Uh, that's cool. I don't give a shit. Does that mean I have to unfriend him because I don't because I like avocado and he doesn't? That just doesn't make sense. If you have a political opinion, doesn't mean the other opinion is wrong. Two opinions can be right at the same time. So, uh, that's what I don't get about it. They make it like these two are in. It's the same in like I'll call this football because that's what they call it in my country. But for the American soccer, it's the same with football. They Many football fans make it out like Messi and Ronaldo like hate each other and something like that. But like they've clearly shown that, oh yeah, they respect each other. That's what I don't get. Wouldn't you respect some? If just because people are different than you doesn't mean you should not respect their opinion. It's an opinion. It's not. I how do you say this? I get it if the opinion is like murder is not bad, it's good. That'd be shit. But that's not what they're saying. They're saying murder is bad. That what doesn't make. They're saying something that you don't like, but it's not outright wrong to say it. It's just something where you have to have an opinion of it, and that's why I don't understand the problem with it. Why I don't understand why I hear so many Americans be like, oh, like insult the other like the other people that ha- that have other political views. It's like you're in the same country. You're both trying to do what you view is best. So in few, you're both trying to do what's best in your opinion. It's not None of those are outright wrong. It doesn't matter. I don't You should not care if somebody has a different opinion unless it's a really weird one. Like, oh yeah, Hitler was not a bad guy. He was just misunderstood. Like that's of course that would be different. But if you're going to tell somebody that oh well, your opinion, which in this is not something about Hitler is not bad or something. It's something that is more about, oh, which side do you lay on this topic? It's not. I don't understand how that matters. Like, I'm not asking my friend, oh, what do you like most, YouTube or TikTok? And if they say TikTok, I'm not gonna be like, man, I expected more from you. You're a fucking loser. Kill yourself. Goodbye. Yeah, you're fucking stupid for having a different opinion. No, I don't give a fucking shit if he says TikTok. Doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. And if you want it to matter, then I'm sorry, but it's kind of weird if you want to have people besides you, and the way you think of them changes on how which like team they support. I'm not being going to my Chelsea fan and being Chelsea fan and being like, oh, you're a Chelsea fan, huh? Yeah, yeah, I don't like you anymore. Fuck you. That's what I see about it. Because honestly, political games and you political uh, votes or something like that just seems like games to me in how it is in USA, because it's like you pick a side and then you keep on that side, you keep on it. That's how I feel most people are about it. They stay on that side forever. They never be like, oh right, well this is actually kind of, that's the people you meet on the internet. I believe that both sides have people that are like, oh yeah, I agree with this, I agree with that, but I don't understand why anybody would be like, would ha- have a different opinion of a guy just because of the fact that the guy is supporting somebody that you don't like. In my opinion, that just doesn't make sense. It's, if somebody told me that they like let's let I'll try to put it in American terms. LeBron, right? Let's say people say, oh, let's say that people are saying, oh, LeBron is the best player. Look, like, I literally searched for LeBron and it comes out as the third pick. It's, why does everything in the US seem to have something about politics? Let's search on Ronaldo, right? Let's just, no politics. That's that's the problem. But anyways, if I if I think that LeBron is the uh, greatest player to greatest basketball player to ever play the game, it's that would be an opinion. The same with Michael Jordan. If I think that, I it'd be opinion, I guess. I don't really know if it's, but it would definitely be an opinion because from what I've heard about it, they are both very some very close in skill. So if you pick one of them, you should not hate a guy that just pick. Let's say you, I'll just say Jordan is the best player in the world. Let's say you say Jordan is the best player in the world. Would you then hate a guy or be like, oh, I don't want to be friends with you if somebody thought LeBron James was the greatest player of all time? Because their skill level is so close that, do you understand what I mean? Anyways, that's all for today. I actually didn't expect it to be this long, but that's what happens when you talk about shit and talk about it for longer than you expected, but I'm catching a flight tomorrow, so I I'm not gonna make videos until second, maybe, I don't know. That's so that's when I'll be home, so maybe, don't know. Anyways, have a nice day. Remember, politics doesn't describe a person's personality. Have a good day.